Today, I'll be talking about my book, Treasure Island. So in my book, the main character, Jim Hawkins, you heard that? Jim Hawkins! He goes on adventures with his crew. He leaves his mom behind though, and he's really sad about that. And he and his crew go on a search for treasure on an island called Treasure Island. Well, you know, that's kind of makes sense. Treasure Island, treasure. Hawkins, yeah, like I told you, Jim Hawkins. He finds out the cook, their cook on the ship. It's really this famous pirate called Silver. Yes, Silver, not gold, not bronze, silver. Okay, and then there's also the Dr. Leves. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Livesey, you do it. And then there's also the captain. The captain's name is Captain Smollett. My book took place where Jim Hawkins lives, which is called the Admiral Benbow. No, that's not a person, that's a place. And Treasure Island, where they seek the treasure. My favorite part of the book was when Jim Hawkins, he went missing, and the whole crew, they just didn't even care. They didn't even know he went missing, except for the doctor. He figured that out like a long time later. I'm talking like 50 pages later. He figured it out, and then they found him with this other stranger guy who was living on the island, and he got back on the ship, and they found the treasure. My least favorite part of the book was at the start. It was so confusing. Like, there was this weird pirate language I didn't understand in like Old English. My book was written in 1866. It was just so weird. I couldn't understand. And then I couldn't understand their obsession for rum also. I didn't understand that. So yeah, I didn't really like the start. It was really confusing. I didn't really like the book at the start. It was like really confusing, as I told you before. But as I was getting towards the end, it became a really good book. Like, it was intense. You would never know what would happen. You'd have to keep on reading and get to the next page. Like, I couldn't stop reading my book when I was close to the end. And I think you'd like it also. So, don't worry if you won't like it at the start, because it'll get better towards the end. There's no specific time where my story takes place. My book genre is about adventure, because in my book, Jim Hawkins and his crew go on an adventure to Treasure Island to find hidden treasure. And since they were on a journey, that's why it's adventure. So it's not action because nothing really happens. It's adventure because of the journey they went on. The moral of the story is to not trust everyone, because when Jim Hawkins trusted Silver, he got betrayed and left on an island. And he only got saved when the doctor went there and went to save him.
You know that you'll have to pay me back, right? When you come back here.
Target audience for my book, I think, is for kids aged 10 to maybe 13, because there's not really much violence. A bay, because then he goes missing, they don't care about him, and there's a guy who's randomly shot for no reason. But besides that, there's nothing else to make it a really badly rated book, like an R-rated book. it's not for young kids also. And for adults, it's not going to be interesting for them. You know, because, like, it's pirates. They would, if they were, like, still, like, 13 or something, they'd still be interested in it. But no, it's more for people who are interested in pirates aged 10 to 13. My book, 7.5 stars out of 10. It's not a 1 star because, well, I mean, the start was almost a 1 star. It was really confusing. But afterwards, it started becoming better. But because of the start, it's also not a 10 star, because the start kind of ruined it. But as you started reading more, like, you start to somewhat understand the start. I still don't understand it, but a bit more than last time. And I gave it a 7.5 stars, because, you know, I wanted to give it an 8 star, but it wasn't amazing. I don't really like pirates personally, but I think if you do, like, this will be an amazing book for you. It wasn't really good for me, but for pirate lovers, it's a must read. Thank you for joining me in my book review of Treasure Island. It has been a pleasure to give you my review. Thank you, and so long.